All right, you guys, today we got a very special guest in the house. He doesn't typically do interviews, so I got to thank him just for that to begin with. But he's an original member of Terror Squad, and not just a rap group, the street team. This man has been around for so many historical events. You know, an original member of Full Eclipse. I'm talking about the one, the only, the Sickone. What's up, bro? How you doing today?
What's poppin', Panda? I'm good, man. Everything's good, baby. You already know.
Man, I'm just so glad to have you in your time today. You know you don't usually do this, so I feel very fortunate to be one of the platforms that's able to get an interview from you.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't really do these things like this. I mean, I got my own podcast and stuff like that on a whole different genre. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I usually don't get on stuff like this. Yeah, I just don't.
I feel you, man. But for my interviews, I like to start at the beginning and really help people understand, who you are, where you came from, and what it took for you to get to this point. So you're obviously from the BX, but what part did you grow up in?
I'm from the South Bronx. I came up from Union Avenue in the Bronx, between right off of Boston Road and Prospect Ave. But I came, as a shorty coming up. You know what I'm saying? That's where I lived at. That's where I came from Union Ave and between Prospect Ave and Boston Road.
And what was the household like? You grow up with like both your parents, any siblings?
Nah, I grew up with my moms. I only have 3 sisters. You know what I mean? So, it was me and my other sister growing up. But that's pretty much it. Me and my sister and my mom's. That's just about what it is. When we was, because we moved, and the whole. If you're a New Yorker from back in the days from New York, you never, your moms or your parents or whatever never lived in the same spot for too long. Everybody used to move around like crazy. When we landed in, in Union Avenue, that's when, we pretty much put our foot in the ground right there. And that was just like the whole beginning of me and as a kid growing up, teenage life and all of that, all the way up to, to when I left and came to Florida. But I was there for many years, and there's always been only me, my mom, and my sisters.
And you're the oldest or the youngest?
No, I'm the oldest. Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Wow. So you definitely was looking out for your sisters, being that protective role, right?
Absolutely, man. Since I was 13 years old, I was already in the street.
Right. And you're full-blooded Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican Italian.
Puerto Rican Italian. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in the 80s, right? In the traditional Puerto Rican household in the Bronx?
In the 80s, I'm a 70s baby, but
70s, okay.
In the 80s is when we was actually in the street, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just growing up with mom, it was always a family thing, you know what I'm saying? Typical Puerto Rican household, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, we always go to the Weller's house, you know what I'm saying, to my grandmother's house. And we just I was just pretty much closing-knit family. We never was like we always knew about every person in our family, you know what I mean? So, we was pretty close, from visiting each other to just, every time the holidays come, everybody gets together, everybody flies in, come from wherever the fuck they from. And it was pretty close-knit family. We were in like, there wasn't no wars with families and stuff like that. It was very, very, very close.
Mm-hmm. So who's Puerto Rican and who's Italian in your family? Your mom?
From my father's side, is the Italian side.
Got you. Okay.
My mother, 1,000,000% Puerto Rican.
And so you're growing up in the Bronx with a single mom. Was that tough for you?
I can't really say it was tough. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just at that time, everything was normal. You know what I'm saying? It was normal to me as coming up. You know what I mean? When we was younger, I could say up to 10 years old, I never left my house. I was always in my house. My mom was pretty protective of us and never let us go out, never let us go outside and stuff like that. So, we was pretty much what we call window kids. We was always in the window and shit, looking at everything that was going on outside.
Right.
So, we never, I never, as a kid, never, and to be honest with you, I don't even remember like my childhood before maybe 6 years old. I'm straight up, I don't even remember. I don't even got pictures, bro. when I was young and stuff like that, or even baby pictures or anything. It's crazy because there's one picture that exists of me when I was really, really, really young, and I didn't even know about the picture until I saw it. And my cousin, Big Earl, he's the one, and his wife saw it, and they saw it at a I think it was a historian hip hop museum. So somebody took a picture of me when I was really, really young, and they ended up putting it in their book.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I completely forgot about that. Didn't even remember it until I saw it. I was like, oh my God, that was me. And then, that was the only picture that, like, as a young kid, that's the only picture that I really have, that I could see, that I saw. I really don't. I don't have nothing like that. All I have is pictures of, growing up after like maybe 13 years old, with the real Terror Squad, the original. We'll get to that, but yeah.